פרק ה' משנה א', אין עומדים להתפלל אלא מתוך כובד ראש, עומדים להתפלל רק עם כוונה, רק להזכיר לכם, אין ואלא, כל פעם שיש לכם את זה, it's a positive. It's two negatives, makes a positive. So באמת, עומדים להתפלל רק עם כוונה. חסידים הראשונים היו שוהים שעה אחת ומתפללים. The original חסידים would wait. שוהים is wait, מחכים שעה אחת ומתפללים. הם עשו את זה כדי שהם יכינו את עצמם. They should prepare themselves בשביל תפילה. Right? So that's an example of עומדים להתפלל רק עם כובד ראש. That's how they would have כובד ראש, לכוונה. Like this they would focus through. כדי שיכוונו את ליבם למקום. Why would they do this? כדי שיהיה להם כוונה למקום. למקום זה השם. And we have two examples at the end of the Mishnah how much kavanah a person should have. Like, what is this kavanah? So, afilu melech shoel bishlomo, afilu im melech shoel mashlomcha, lo yeshivenu. You shouldn't answer him. Meaning, you should have so much kavanah that you shouldn't even hear the king asking you how you're doing. Your focus should be on Hashem. That you shouldn't even answer him because you shouldn't hear even what he's saying to you. And even if a snake wraps itself around your ankle, again, lo yafsik, you shouldn't stop because you should have so much kavanah that it shouldn't affect you. Perek Hey Mishnah Bet. Mazkirin gevurot geshamim b'tchiyat hametim. You mention gevurot geshamim, that's mashiv haruach umarid hageshem, in the bracha of Tchiyat HaMeitim, which is Baruch Atah Hashem Mechayeh HaMeitim. V'shoalim hageshamim beverkat hashanim, and you ask for rain in Berkat Hashanim. You ask for rain by saying V'tein tal umatar livracha. Right? V'tein is give, tal, do, umatar, and rain livracha, for blessing. Beverkat hashanim. So you ask for that in Berkat Hashanim. V'havdalah b'chonen hadat. And you put Havdalah in the bracha of Chonin Hadat. So in the middle of, during Motzei Shabbat, in the middle of the bracha of Chonin Hadat, you insert Havdalah. Right? It's a special tefillah, Atah Chonantanu, that we say Motzei Shabbat for Havdalah. Rabbi Akiva Omer, Omera bracha revi'it bifnei atzma. You don't say it in Chonen Hadat, rather you add a fourth bracha all by itself. Meaning, normally on a regular day, you have 19 brachot in the Amidah. Motzei Shabbat, you'll have 20 brachot. You add a brand new bracha. It's a fourth bracha. Rabbi Eliezer Omer b'hoda'ah. Rabbi Eliezer says no, you add the Havdalah, but you add the Havdalah after Modim, kind of like where you put Alanisim, right? In the Amidah, that's where you would put Havdalah Motzei Shabbat. Perek Hey Mishnah Gimel. Haomer al kan tzipor yagiu rachamecha. Im chazan, be'emtza shuhu hachazan ve'chozer la'amidah, hu omer, hu mosif ba'amidah shelo, right? In the Amidah that he's saying out loud, he decides that he's going to make the Amidah extra special. So he adds something. He adds the words, Al kan tzipor yagiu rachamecha, which means, on a bird's nest, Hashem, your rachamim, rachamecha, your rachamim, your mercy, your compassion, yagiu, should arrive. Meaning that the same way Hashem, you commanded us not to take a mother bird together with its children, right? The same way you told us to be compassionate to the creatures, so to Hashem, you should have compassion on us. Another thing, if the Chazan were to add, Va'al Tov Yizacher Shemecha, and on the good Hashem we should mention your name, meaning to say, thank you for all the good you do. Or, if a Chazan were to add, Modim Modim, As opposed to just say modim anachnu lach, he says modim anachnu lach. Like, really, thank you. If we hear a chazan doing one of those three things, mishatkin oto, right? We tell him to keep quiet. The reason we tell him to keep quiet is because each one of those is inappropriate, but for a different reason. The birds thing, the reason it's inappropriate is because we're saying, Hashem, the same way you have compassion, right? That you tell us to have compassion on the birds, you should have compassion on us. That's wrong. The reason we do Hashem's mitzvot, it's not because it's nice. We do Hashem's mitzvot because this is what Hashem told us to do, right? Just because we think something is nice or not nice, it doesn't make a difference. It's Hashem's mitzvot. That we don't start making, all different sorts of cheshbonot. V'al hatov yizacher shemecha. The reason we tell the chazan quiet is because he's saying, thank you, Hashem, for all the good. Well, who are we to know what good is or what bad is? What we might think is the best thing in the world might in fact be the worst thing possible. And if the chazan says modim mishatkin oto, because there someone might say, hey, wait, okay, the first modim, that was to Hashem, but who's the second modim to? What's going on over here? והמשנה ממשיכה. העובר לפני התיבה וטעה חזן, שעובר לפני התיבה, עובר is pass in front of the teva, is the Aron HaKodesh. וטעה, and he makes a mistake. יעבור אחר תחתיו. Right? Someone else takes his place. Right? So the chazan gets stuck, he can't continue. Someone else goes and takes his place. V'lo yehei sarvan b'ota sha'a. That chazan, right, that they're asking to substitute, this guy who's sitting in the kihila, they say, hey, come on, be chazan. Chazan's messing up. He should not be a sarvan, which means he shouldn't say, no, I don't want to do it, I don't feel like it, my throat hurts, this, that. No, rather what you do, you should go immediately. And the reason the Mishnah says you shouldn't be a sarvan, but otasha in that moment is because generally you're supposed to be a sarvan. Generally, if someone asks, hey, you want to be chazan? I don't know, no. Because you shouldn't show like you're all ga'ava, like, yeah, I'm a man, I should be the chazan. So the Mishnah continues, saying, minayin hu matchil. Where should he start? So this new chazan's coming, and he's starting. Where should he start? Mitchilat habracha sheta'aba. From the beginning of whatever bracha that this first chazan made a mistake in. Perek Hey Mishnah Dalet. However, lifnei teva, a chazan who is praying in front of the teva, which is the Aron HaKodesh, because generally back then the teva, the chazan prayed in front of the Aron HaKodesh, and mostly it's still like that today. Lo ya'aneh achar kohanim amen mipnei teruf. The chazan should not answer amen after the birkat kohanim, right? Because we're afraid of hateruf. He'll become mixed up. The chazan will lose his place, lose his train of thought, and won't be able to continue. Ve'im ein sham kohen elahu, and if the chazan is the only kohen over there, right? So now this guy who's chazan is both the only kohen and also the chazan. Lo yisat kapav. He doesn't need to do berkat kohanim because we're afraid that he's going to get mixed up. It's too much to do, to be chazan, go be the kohen, go back to being the chazan again. So we're afraid he's going to get mixed up again because back then they mostly did not have too many sidurim. But now, let's say this guy has done it 1,000,000 times before. He's already an experienced chazan. V'im haftachato, but if he's sure of himself, haftachato ba milashon batuach, if he's sure of himself, shehu noseh kapav, he could do berkat kohanim, v'chozeh letfilato, and go back to being the chazan, rashai. He has permission. If you notice, the Mishnah says rashai, he has permission to do it. Doesn't say that he must do it. Perek Hey, Mishnah Hey. Hamitpalel v'ta'a siman ra lo. Someone prays and makes a mistake. It's a siman from Shamayim, right, that he needs to do tshuva. It's a siman ra. It's a bad sign. V'im shaliach tziborhu. But let's say the person that makes a mistake is the chazan. Then siman ra l'sholchav. That's a bad siman. That's a bad sign for the people that sent him, meaning the shul. That the shul in general has to fix something. The people in the shul have to fix something, the chazan included. Why? Mipnei sheshlucho shel adam kemoto. Because the shaliach of a person is just like him. So if I send you to do something for me, it's as if I'm doing it. Even though I'm not doing it, you're doing it. But if you're going for me, it's as if I'm doing it. And here's a story about Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa. Amru alav Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa. They say about Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa. Shaya mitpalel al cholim va'omer. He would pray for the sick person, for sick people, and he'd say, right after he's done praying, he would say, Ze chai v'ze met. HaCholeh hazeh yichyeh, or HaCholeh hazeh yamut. Amru lo, the Talmidim asked him, Minayin ata yodea? Meifo ata yodea? How could you know this guy's going to die or live? Amar lehem, he said to them, it's very simple. Im shgura tefilati befi, if my tefillah is smooth, it's sudura in my mouth, meaning it comes out smooth without, getting stuck. Because don't forget, they didn't have sidurim back then. So if I would pray for a certain choleh and it came out smooth, yodea ani shu mikubal, then I know for sure that Hashem accepted my tefillah. V'im lav, but if it did not come out smoothly, meaning every time I tried, I would get stuck and it just didn't come out nicely, yodea ani shu mitoraf, then I knew that Hashem tore up that tefillah. The reason we have the story of Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa over here is because that's an example of somebody praying for someone else, like we had in the Reisha of the Mishnah of the Chazan praying for the tzibur. That if the Chazan makes a mistake, that's like a siman that Hashem is not happy with the tzibur. Same thing here. Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa was praying for the choleh. And if Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa made a mistake, it's not because of him. It's because it's a reflection of the choleh, and that choleh, for whatever reason, Hashem decided should not get better.